I'm dining, guys. Come get something to eat at the Bourbon.
The 700 block of Bourbon Street is bustling with people, as it usually is on most afternoons. But standing out like a sore thumb in the middle of the block is a Louisiana State Trooper SUV parked along the curb. And just about a half block away, Chuck Robinson, the owner of Napoleon's Itch nightclub, was sitting outside taking in the scene. And he says a bigger police presence was what was needed in the area.
There is that moment when you have got to have the authority of the uniform, because we don't want it to come to guns.
About a year ago, that was the case when an exchange of gunfire near the 700 block of Bourbon Street wounded 9 people and killed a 21-year-old nursing student, Brittany Thomas. Robinson's club was one of the places where many who were out that night sought refuge. He said tons of people rushed inside of the club, hiding behind the sofas and ducking behind the bar.
Everybody was in shock that that could happen, open gunfire, and they ran for their lives.
The Bourbon Street shooting became a national story just hours after it happened. Ronald Surpass, the New Orleans Police Department superintendent at the time of the shooting, voiced his disgust.
This is a heinous crime. This is 2 young men, both armed with firearms, who chose to settle a dispute between themselves without a moment's care for anyone else.
Brittany Thomas died at a local hospital 3 days later. The day after that, authorities arrested 20-year-old Trung Le and booked him with manslaughter and attempted second-degree murder in connection with the shooting. Lee's case currently remains in court, and the New Orleans Police Department have not identified the second suspected shooter. Robinson says after the shooting, calls came pouring in from worried tourists who had already made plans to come to the city.
Is it getting worse, Chuck? Should we come down for Halloween, etc., etc.?
Angelo Farrell, who runs the Bourbon Heat Grill and Club, spoke with me by phone and says that incident is not what the area is about.
A lot of friends in the businesses down there. We're out there just basically to, they show everybody a good time, have a good time, and they go live it out. That's it. Not people get hurt.
In the days and weeks after, there was a call for an increased police presence in the French Quarter. With the NOPD being understaffed, the Louisiana State Police stepped in.
We're going to work with them and alongside with them in a walking mode throughout the French Quarter and a patrol mode based on the areas that Chief Surpass, Chief Albert, and Commander Walls needs us.
I really believe that both parties, after that happened, they both stepped up. Working to, it was like a brotherhood, the state and the city working together.
And if you take a walk up the 700 block of Bourbon Street around 2:45 a.m. now, it's still packed with only a little bit of walking room, but there's a police presence mixed in with the crowd.
Well, it has stabilized. It is better. We are more aware.
Both Robinson and Farrell say many of the businesses are doing a better job of communicating with the police if they notice something wrong. But he says that still can't wipe away the memories of what happened that night.
A trauma beyond our control. A shooting, a hurricane, different, but the net effect is the same.
It wasn't just a news story. This is a precious child that lost her life at 21 years of age. And other ones being injured. To me, you should never forget these things.